Hey guys, so let's go for part 2 of form validation where we'll be alerting the message in a very different way. So let's say we have an example where we have to enter your name. Maximum allowed character is 10 and it's a compulsory field. So let's say this is a input box, a button and an area. This area will actually show you the error message. So we have to validate and show the error. So see how many tags we are using. The first one is the input tag, its type is text, and let's say its ID is my text. Another is a button, so its input type is button, its value is check, and let's say on click we have to call a function, my function. And then there is an area, I call it as P paragraph, having no value right now. So we will actually show the value by calling this function and this error P tag. So we have an input box, we have a button and an area to show the message. So let's go ahead and try to make this. See, what you have to remember is that the alert or the prompt is not the right way to show the error messages. If you remember that you see either a red colored text either on the top of an input box or on the right hand side or in the bottom. Similarly, we will also create a new tag, let's say a paragraph tag, where we will be showing our entire error message. So what we have to do is we have to just change the inner HTML of this paragraph tag. So let's say there is a P tag, it says please enter your name, max allowed character is 10, and then there is one text box, so its input type is equal to text, its ID is my text, and then I have a button, input type is equal to button, its value is equal to check, and on click I have to call a function. Yes, I know there is an error, but it is for you. You have to see where the error is. Let's say I have another paragraph. I am giving it one ID as error, and inside P tag I have not written anything. So what will happen is user will write something, and if there is an error, the error should be prompted inside the P tag. So let's go ahead and see at how this page is looking like. I'll just check out my HTML page that I have just now created. I'll enter something over here. I'll click on this check function. Oh, the function is not working. Let's see what is the error. The error says my function is not defined. So you can use Google Chrome's console by just right clicking on your web page and by checking inspect element. So we need to make a function. The name of the function is my function. I know that there is an error, but that is for you to identify where the error is. So let's say I say function, my function. Inside this function, I need to pick up the value and the length of the value which is being entered into this text box. So I would say x is equal to document.getElement by id. Inside this I will write the id of this text box, which is my text. Now what should be my next step? That there is a condition. See this star. Star means it is a compulsory field. So let's see earlier what we have learned in the previous example, where I would say that if the length of the value which you enter in this text box is greater than text, let's say x.value.length, it will have the length of this entered text. So if it is greater than 10, I am alerting that it is an invalid value, and otherwise I am alerting that it is a valid value. Right? This is what we have already seen in our previous example. Here also if I'll write something, let's say my full name, we'll check. Oh, it is not working. Do you know what the error is? You need to identify in my code that there is an error. Where is that error? Find it out. Can you find that out? Here it is. the parenthesis and a semicolon. Now let's try this out. It says invalid data. Invalid data. And let's change this value. And see, this is valid data. But this is not what we wanted to do. We wanted to do something else. We wanted to show the error message inside this paragraph tag. So what would you do? You don't want to alert it. You want to display it inside this p tag. So the very first step you have to do is you have to pick up that paragraph tag by saying, let's say I have another variable as y and get that by calling document.getElement by id and give the id of that p tag. You can see the id of the p tag is error. So I picked up that and saved it in y. And instead of this alerting, I will just change the inner HTML of this p tag. Earlier it was blank, but now I am saying it as invalid value. So I am changing the inner HTML of this paragraph tag. Now, whenever the error will come, it will actually change the inner HTML based on the length of the value you are providing. Y is actually our paragraph. So let's see how it looks like. Let me enter something. It is an invalid value because its length is greater than 10. You can see that it prints invalid value. So it looks better than the alert box. Yes or no? And now this is a valid value. Let's try another example. It says invalid. So you don't want to study. And let's say it is having the shorter length, so it is a valid value. Now let's play around and change the style or the color of this inner HTML thing that you are writing. If there is an error, I will show it in the red color, and if it is a valid value, I will show it in the by the green color. So let me save this. Check this out. It is a valid value. So now this guy wants to study. Let's say my full name. It's an invalid value because the character length is greater than 10. Let's say if I will give some spaces. See, I'm pressing space bar. So that's why the number of characters are increasing. Otherwise, it is a valid value. So spaces are also counted. This is also a valid value. This is also a valid value. But let me add few more characters and then you will see the difference that it's an invalid value. So these green color and the red color is very interesting. It is far better than the alert box. Now see that star thing. The star says that it's a compulsory field. So you cannot leave it empty. This should not be empty. By empty I mean that its length should not be 0. So I can put one more condition with a or separator. So in condition you will say that its length should be greater than 10 or its length should be equal to 0. See, if I am not writing anything, its length is 0. So that time it will show you an invalid value. Otherwise it's a valid value. Let's check that out again. This is the entire function you have to write. The very first line is by which you will actually pick up the text box. Another is the paragraph where you have to show your message. Then there is the if condition and an else condition. See here. See the entire code and check it out. You can see how I am actually changing the inner HTML and the color of that paragraph tag to show the message.